Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Miami Heat first-round pick Kel'el Ware thinks he can provide relief for Bam Adebayo. Throughout his career, Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo has often had to play against bigger players at his position. The Heat may have found him some help in Wednesday's NBA draft by choosing Indiana 7-footer Kel'el Ware with the number 15 in the first round. Ware feels he can offer some assistance. "I'll be able to fit well in with the Heat," Ware said. "Just being at that 5 position to help Bam out, with him potentially going to the 4. Just being able to space the floor out, everything will be much easier for the whole team." Ware is coming off a breakout sophomore season at Indiana, where he earned all Big Ten second-team honors and made the Big Ten All-Defensive Team. He gives the Heat scoring and shot blocking that could lead to Adebayo making a position change. Before the draft, Inside the Heat spoke to an NBA scout who said it's time for Adebayo to move to power forward. "I think they should move him to power forward," the scout shared. "They feel like that's going to allow him to do some things from the perimeter, but in tight games, he's not taking any shots. The shot he's got to be able to hit in every moment is that elbow jump shot. He can be more of a Chris Webber type late in games. You can see he's just not trusting it at all, and then you can move him to the 4. I don't think he needs to be chucking up threes. If you're going to move him to the 4, the biggest thing is making plays from the elbow." The Heat are apparently already thinking that. "I think his skill set will be great to play with Bam and as well when Bam is off the court," Heat assistant general manager Adam Simon said. Bam Adebayo to sign 3-year, $166 million contract extension with Miami Heat, report. One of the best defensive players in the NBA and about to become a 2-time Olympian for Team USA, center Bam Adebayo is planning on signing a mammoth 3-year, $166 million contract extension with the Miami Heat, according to The Athletic's and Stadium's Shams Charania. He intends on inking the deal when the NBA lifts their off-season moratorium on these kinds of transactions in July. The earliest that Adebayo can sign the extension is the 6th, per NBA rules. Related, Atlanta Hawks select France's Zachary Rizicher with the number 1 pick of the 2024 NBA draft. On his current contract with Miami, the captain and starting center of the Heat has 2 years and $72 million left. He's 3 years into it, with the total being 5 years and $163 million. The South Florida franchise is the only team that Adebayo has played for in the NBA since he was drafted by them in 2017. In each of the past 5 campaigns, Adebayo has made the NBA All-Defensive Team. At the end of the 2023-24 campaign, he was selected to the first team for the first time ever in his career. Adebayo won the gold medal at the Tokyo Games in 2021 with the United States. Adebayo averaged a stat line of 19.3 points per game, 10.4 rebounds per game and 3.9 assists per game in his most recent season with the Heat. Congratulations to Bam Adebayo for getting the bag. And an even bigger congratulations for sealing the deal on a longer time in South Beach. New York Knicks looking at Jimmy Butler trade. Jimmy Butler has been a star in the NBA for a long time, and is currently the franchise player for the Miami Heat. In an interesting development, some reports suggest that Butler could be getting traded this offseason. Mark Berman has suggested that the New York Knicks could be involved in a Jimmy Butler trade. This past season, Butler averaged 20.8 points, with 5.3 rebounds, and 5.0 assists. While these aren't the numbers of prime Butler, they're still good. He also brings elite defense, and a good shooting presence. He'll be 35 before next season, however, and the Heat did not amount to much this past season. With good young pieces, the Heat could opt to trade him, and the Knicks could be the team. What would a trade look like? The Knicks have several good players who could be put into this trade, but some will be off limits. The former Villanova guys, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo have great chemistry and will be kept together. In order to match salaries, some decent players will have to be in the trade though. Julius Randle is an option, but ideally, the Knicks can keep him. Given that he plays a similar forward/center role, he may not have a spot on the Heat, as Bam Adebayo plays that role. Bojan Bogdanović is a solid player but not as good as Butler, so using him in the trade could make sense since you're acquiring him to upgrade. Mitchell Robinson may have to be in the trade as well, in order for money to work. Robinson is also potentially expendable if they move Randle to center full-time. There will also have to be a filler in the trade for salary purposes. This would give the Knicks a small ball-style lineup, but should work. If he does end up being available, the New York Knicks will be looking at a Jimmy Butler trade. Below is a potential package of what could be traded. And are you a fan? What do you think of Jimmy Butler's exit? Leave your opinion in the comments.